testing this great starting field position. A real threat. This is 3rd and long. On the ground, this is Michel. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. Here's Newton. He's going to go up top for the end zone. That'll be caught. It's Sanu for the Patriot touchdown. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And this offense is running away with this one.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one. For their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And his kick is right through. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day. You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
39-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. On the return, it's Taylor. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Getting set to go again, Mohamed Sanu is marching back onto the field now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where you're seeing a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
1st and 10.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton. He'll try and run it. Past the 20. It's a gain of 35.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Steps away to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots continue to roll. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
What I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
To return, here's Agnew. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own.
So we're going to look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro Stephon Gilmore. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up second.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. And that is caught. What a grab at the 8. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Newton now to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
It's 2nd down and
throwing on 2nd and long. Newton flushed out right. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. They'll try to run it in. Michel. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Cam Newton now getting his guys ready to go for the 2-point try. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. To return, here's Agnew. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10. At their own.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the all-pro Stephon Gilmore. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9. Newton flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. It's a New England Patriots touchdown. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this moment. No, okay.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working so now. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Kerryon Johnson, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll run with Michelle. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play,
rush coming, and he's taken down.
Another former New England Patriot reunited with a former Patriot coach, Matt Patricia, of course, the head coach of the Detroit Lions. There's a sack by Jamie Collins. He's come up a career high for sacks. Had 7 last year with the New England Patriots. But what I think
that'll be caught. It's Sanu for the Patriot touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton. And this offense continues to pour it on. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And he is going to look. Yardage here.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
To return, here's Agnew. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Another shot now for this Lions offense. They got to dig. Down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Mike 46. Mike 46.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Stafford to his 2nd-year tight end, Hawkinson, for a Lion 1st down. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, here's Swift. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
The tackle made by
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take it.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Got what he needed for the 1st down with a gain of 2. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Stafford delivers this to Hawkinson, and he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's funny, partner. You often hear how tough it is for a rookie receiver to adjust to the NFL. I think the same is true for tight ends. You're asking them to do a lot in the NFL game with the additional blocking that many of them didn't have to do in college. And T.J. Hawkinson, he was a number 8 overall pick in 2019 and had a good rookie season with 32 catches. I expect that number to go way up as he gets more comfortable with the NFL game. A nice catch right there for a 1st down.
Stafford on 3rd down. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. And this this one is right down Broadway. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
60.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit. Third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They begin with Michel on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton. Now he'll pull it down. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Throwing is Newton. He may try and run for this. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. This is Michel on the counter. Call it a full 3 yards. In the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
44-yard line.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
3rd down and 13.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Lions take advantage of the turnover to put up 6.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total. But all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Prater for the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable. Here in the final quarter of play. On the return, it's Taylor. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Getting set to go again, Mohamed Sanu is marching back onto the field now. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
49 yards.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Back to... Back, good plays, have him on the move on first down.
That's a 31-yard line.
Newton to throw. Escaping the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jamie Collins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 7. Now it's Newton. Flushed out. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed. That time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Forced out to his left. And he's going to...